Hey, wow, we're live. Well, hey, my name's Jason Grant. We're coming from a bunker somewhere underneath my mother's house here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's Monday night. Time for the outside. A couple of comedians. Going to have the amazing Mark Sweetman out here in just a minute, and of course his lovely wife and poetess. And let's get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him up. Mark Sweetman, our host.
All right, that worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get you back out.
Oh my goodness.
except for not having you on the stage here. Then, all right.
Well, that's all right. Pretty soon, Susan's going to come up here and put us all to shame anyway. So let's enjoy the brief bit of spotlight while we can.
I'm thinking if I had a camera instead of using I could actually have close-ups like this. Of course, I'd have to look at the camera. But I'd know where the camera, as opposed to being on the laptop knowing where the camera is. At least with a camera, I'd know where the camera is. Probably have a flashing red light in front of it, letting me know when that camera's on.
God, I love cameras with flashing red lights. It reminds me of my birthday back in the 80s. But never mind that. Yeah. How's it going, Mark? What's going on in your world?
Driving the boat. That's about it, I guess. Ton of car trouble. Just dear, everything. Everybody expects mom and dad to have their cars available to them when theirs go down. I guess that's one of the pains.
Again, I think this is where your plan of telling them that there's going to be a few people excluded from the will, but you're not going to tell them who.
No. It's not a few.
Just one.
That ruins the whole. That ruins the whole plan.
Just one. Yes.
There's 8 children. 7 are in the will.
That's right.
Which one? That's the plan.
So you want to come to me on the hottest day of the year. I just want you to think about that. I mean, you do what you got to do. I mean, we understand that, and I'm going to do what I have to do, and we'll see how this all works out. Look, it's hot and cold are always hard on cars, and cars are they never want to die on you when it's convenient, right? I mean, it's not as if it's in the driveway and it sends you a polite card saying, "Listen, I don't think this trip is such a good idea. Maybe you should stop now while you're near the mailbox." It's more like, "Dad, can you help me out? I'm on the shoulder of 696, or 275."
I've had those calls before.
Oh, I've no
doubt. It's but here's the thing.
Yes, sir.
As I get older, this gulf is greater. The things that I think are small, they think are beyond the scope of anything imaginable, and the things that I think should be considered kind of huge and big, they just think are small, small potatoes.
Yeah. Right. Well, I have a little bit different perspective in that I don't have children, and that what few heirs I do have, I know will be conferencing on who's going to look out down the hallway to make sure the nurse isn't coming while the other one smothers me with a pillow because I'm costing too much. I'm realistic, if nothing else. But I get what you're saying.
Here's the good part about having 8 kids, and I love having 8 kids, but as far as that goes,
7 in the will, 8 kids overall.
Well, not only that. No. But I'm saying if it would have to take, I would think at least 4 of them to plot the pillow over the head.
You're right. The whole
because if 2 tried to do it, there'd be 6 stopping them.
Yeah.
3 would take 5.
Right.
4 now it's who's been working out type of thing.
Yeah, and it turns into a committee meeting, and we know how those go. Right.
Exactly. There's always a disagreement. Somebody has done something that they don't want to take responsibility for, so it's always somebody else's fault.
You're taking a vote for lunch. Everyone's wanting pizza, but somebody wants chicken. And you're like, really? You just can't go with the. We can't get you a salad. No. Get, we're ready to dial the number, but no. Okay, fine. We'll just. Okay, how about Thai food then? Thai food? No. Okay. It gives you gas, and you got a date. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens myself.
Ready to get Susan out here?
Yeah, bring her on. Always enlivening and coming out here with fire and thunder.
The lovely and vivacious Susan.
As a mom of 8 children, I never had any problems with the dinner. I always gave my kids choices, and the choices were: 1, you can eat what I made, and 2, you cannot eat.
Yeah. Well, Susan, you have one advantage. It
isn't always a choice.
It isn't necessarily stated, but I think we know what it is. You have the mom's voice. Yeah. I can't do the mom's voice. Mark cannot do it. You can do the mom's voice. All women who are mothers know about the mom's voice. Do you guys go to a meeting? Is there a pamphlet you're giving at birth? But
PTA was probably the closest.
I mean, even if you're not a mother of the kids, you can still walk out into a neighborhood, use the mom's voice, and misbehaving children. Still, they're like, oh no, it's the mom's voice, and
the kids are never the problem. I've had problems with other parents though. One time, my kid wanted to go down the slide. We're at the park, and this mom. And it turns out the father was there too, but they let their toddler, who was probably 18 months old, just stand at the bottom of the slide. Mm-hmm. And that's dangerous. And I'm looking around, my kids like, get out of the way. And my son was going to come down. He's like 4 years old, and he's going to come down that slide, whether the baby moves or not. And nobody came to move the kid. And I finally, when my son started down the slide, I picked up the toddler and moved the toddler out of the way, only to have this Karen in my face. Right. Don't you touch my baby. And it's like, and I let her just speak. And when she finished speaking, I said, okay, but if you're not watching your kid and it's unsafe, I'm going to move him again.
Yeah,
I would do it all over again, and that really pissed her off. And then the dad jumps up and comes over and drags his wife.
In other words, it's the knockdown drag out. How to say F you without saying F you.
Yeah. I let her have her piece, and then I said I'd do it again. That kid was unsafe. Ruptured spleen, whatever could happen. Was just it wasn't going to happen on my watch. And I would also, if my kid was in danger, I would have wanted somebody to jump in and rescue them. Yep. Safety first. And my shoulders can handle a nasty mom. I could not live with myself if I let a toddler get clobbered up.
That's your campaign slogan when you run for office. My shoulders can handle a nasty mom.
Well, I'd vote for Susan. We wouldn't agree on nothing, but I'd vote for her.
What Lansing needs, my shoulders can handle. That's
right.
No, you want to make her governor? I mean, go right ahead, please. Absolutely.
No thanks. I have plans for my retirement, and they don't involve politics. Look, I've been a civil servant for over 14 years.
There you go. We can put that on the campaign poster.
And she's still civil. So,
That's right.
Mark can write the campaign speeches, punch them up with a couple of one-liners. You toss in a zinger yourself here and there, a little bit of something, and you'll steamroll the opposition. Come on.
Yeah.
My favorite line at the Democratic Club is it always starts with, "Oh, I'm not running for anything, so I'm just going to tell you what I think."
Hey guys, I gotta ask. You're Democrats, I'm not, and this could get nasty. I don't mean it as such, but seriously, you've got the Democratic Socialist Party, whatever they are, a sub party, a flange, an insurgency within your party. But they're doing things like calling Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer fascists and running them off stage. And if you think I'm kidding, look it up. I'm not making it up. I don't know.
Yeah,
what say you? You guys are old-fashioned Democrats.
Okay, it doesn't.
I don't vote strict Democrat either. So if there's somebody that's outstanding on another ticket, I have no qualms about voting for.
But I'm just saying about the behavior of some of these folks. What do you guys think?
Well, right now the climate is really pathetic, and they really need mom to step in and put some people in timeout. And
mom voice.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Nancy is is retiring, right? I mean, she's stepping out of the fray, as it were, and I suspect. I mean, on the Republican side, I mean, and you might be happy to hear this. You got to believe I am. Not Lindsey Graham, but what's his name? Mitch McConnell has been disappeared for about a month now.
Yes, he's still breathing. We don't know.
Well, let's hope not.
There's talk about them doing a sleeper with him.
Well, I'm sure Hillary Clinton has been called in so that she can harvest his soul. In which case, I give her all the she has my blessings. That's for sure. And his wife is now in China, because she's like married into one of the richest shipping families. It's weird. It's just freaking weird.
Wasn't she a secretary of something?
Of treasurer of transportation, Elaine Chao.
Transportation, okay.
And her sister, Mitch's sister-in-law, died in a accident that made Chappaquiddick look downright professional. She backed her Tesla into a pond. Her electric car got backed into a pond while she was a bit tipsy, and she wasn't able to be recovered for about 18 hours.
Oh. And that is interesting.
After it was revealed that she had ties to a shipping company that seemed to have been involved in bringing over fentanyl precursors by the ton in one of her ships.
We should put Walter White right on there. What really happened?
There are some mysteries.
So here's the deal on McConnell, if I can get back to politics.
Yes, sir.
The deal on McConnell that we're talking as Democrats about is that the Republicans want to keep him alive so that they don't have to have a runoff election before the regular election, because they're afraid Thomas Massey, who's a Republican, would win, but he's not a Trumper.
Well, he is to the Republican Party what the Democrat socialists are to the Democrats, if that makes any sense to you. There are outliers and weirdos and whatnots that will sort of like exist under the same heading, but I mean, could consider
we were able to keep the Social Democrats down.
Right.
We gave them Bernie.
Would you like your poem?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go with the poem.
Poem.
All right.
Poem.
All right.
Poem.
July 6th, 2026. Ayatollah Ali Khomeini's massive funeral held in Iran, and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's married life began. Sister Letty was arrested and held, not nice. On her way to church, this nun was detained by ICE. Bipartisan outrage ensued. ICE gave no reason why. Not a threat to public safety, the lawmakers did cry. Trump's fair. Mark, remember I said I'm getting that thing popping up?
It just popped up on your screen?
It did. Trump's fair was hot and sketchy and shifty as Uncle Sam turned 250. His fair was poorly attended. Few bothered attend. Is it possible that Trump simply has no friend? That's your poem, but I also have a bonus.
All right, let's hear the bonus poem.
Which has to do with that nun that got arrested by ICE. There once was a nun named Letty, on her way to church service ready. ICE pulled her aside, but why? People cried. She looked guilty because she was sweaty. Her crime was walking on a sidewalk in Texas while brown.
I didn't know that was illegal, but Andy.
That's what she did wrong. She's Nigerian, I think, and been in this country legally for 10 years. She's a registered nurse, and ICE arrested her a week ago Sunday. She was walking to and turns out one of the parishioners it was a judge, and so she had a lot of people advocating to get her out of ICE custody. So,
how long was she in?
So, about a week, I think, 6 or 7 days.
Yeah.
But, she had people on her side, plus all the lawmakers throwing a fit. If we're supposed to be arresting all the criminals, why are we arresting the nurse nun?
Yeah.
Who's here and they won't say what she did wrong, and they claim that she wasn't arrested. She was merely detained. But the definition of detained means, you can leave at any time. So if an officer is detaining you, any law enforcement officer, and you say, well, can I go now? If you're not able to leave, you are arrested. They can call it detained, but you're arrested. If you are not free to leave, you will have been arrested.
That's a custodial detention. Sadly, I know way too much about criminal law.
Well, for example, if you got pulled over for a ticket, as soon as the traffic stop is over, they can't keep you any longer.
Cannot. You are.
But if they refuse to give you back your license and so forth, then you've been arrested because you're not free to leave. You're arrested.
You just gave me a title. You just gave me a title for my next television series pitch, Jason.
Which is
Jason Grant, offender at law.
Well, my nephew, by the way, he falls somewhere between you and the Democratic Socialists. I mean, he's not quite completely there yet, but he's a young man, and anytime you're young, what seems really sort of like, it's akin to sort of like being at a rock concert. Of course, you're having fun. These guys are kind of throwing bricks at the power. So yeah, he's in, and he was concerned that the feds were going to come for him. And I just said, listen, it's very simple. Should they come for you, all you need to do is say, listen, it's a simple case of mistaken identity. Point them towards your degenerate uncle who has the same last name. And remember, I dig interrogation rooms, handcuffs, billy clubs. I mean, I look at it as an early birthday present. So you just do what you got to do. By the time I'm finished with these folks,
ropes and chains.
Yeah, ropes you can kind of get rope burned, but sometimes that's part of the gig. But yeah, I get it. It's all good.
Leather handcuff.
Leather.
Any other news stories you want to talk about in that poem?
Well, the whole what's her name getting married, Taylor Swift and Travis, Madison Square Garden, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I gave her one line. She didn't even get the 2-line rhyme.
I mean,
oh, that's true. I didn't bother with it. Having been in New York the same weekend, they had a World Cup. The Knicks win the championship for the first time since '73. The Puerto Rican parade and Pride. I felt like they couldn't outdo that. And then Taylor Swift comes along and gets married.
Whatever. She tried to keep it a secret. It's not her fault that the media picked up on what was going on and the cat was out of the bag.
Having your wedding at Madison Square Garden and keeping it a secret.
Yeah, but if you want 1,000 people, most churches don't hold that many. So,
but that's like trying to leave New York City incognito with your helicopter in Central Park. Did
you hear who the officiant was?
No, I didn't.
No.
I didn't really pay attention to anything about it except, I put one line in my poem.
Well, Adam Sandler was the officiant. Paul McCartney sang the song.
I did hear Paul McCartney might play at her wedding. I did hear that as a rumor, but
I love it.
That's cool.
It should have been Billy Joel, since Billy Joel, Madison Square Garden is his home office.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, I think I've got a virus on this computer because I keep getting that pop up, getting in my way. I hope it's not showing up on the air, but
no, you look fine.
Popping up, going ding.
Right.
I have a legitimate copy, that we paid for,
right,
of an item. I'm not going to say what it is. An app thing. It's legitimate. We paid for it, and I can have it on 2 devices. This is one of the 2 devices, and then a few days ago it started popping up. I think it's a virus that just wants me to click on the link. But
that's what they
I'll have to see my son and figure out how to get it removed. So I am going to bow out. If you have no other questions about those stories,
that will work.
Trump had his dumb little thing, and it was massively unattended. Plus, God sent, thunderstorms, and I think there might have been locusts in that pond over there.
Thank you for your tutelage on the use of the mom's voice. So we appreciate your enlightenment on the superpower that only women have.
Thank you. All right. Well, have a good show. I'm bowing out at 8:20. So
all right.
That's a third.
Yeah. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You.
Andy is in from the cosmos. Nice to see.
Yes.
Yes, you go.
Yes. I see you're still you got a bomb behind you?
That is, I was explaining to Mark, who was thoroughly unimpressed, from Operation Red Wing, the Apache detonation. This was back in 1962, the last year before the test ban treaty took place. So what did we do? Like the test ban treaty's coming up, and we're not going to be able to test in the atmosphere. Maybe we should just wind this down. No. Us, the British, the French, we ratcheted it up we turned it up to 11. In the course of 300 and some days, we did 127 tests in the air. So, America. America. I love it.
So get all that radiation out there while we can. Okay.
Radiation. That's or what's the guy for Colonel Ripper or General Ripper in Dr. Strangelove, where
OPE,
POE, and our pure essence,
purity of essence.
Right, man. And yes, and Colonel Mandrake and whatnot. And
was that the George C. Scott character?
Ripper was Sterling Hayden, I believe his name was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's the guy who launches the attack. And what's his name? George C. Scott kind of plays sort of a madcap version of Curtis LeMay.
Yeah.
So to speak. Although Curtis LeMay was never as charismatic and as good looking as George C. Scott. So
George C. Scott.
I'm
here on the War Office. See what's going on.
I mean, the man was ugly as a mud fence, but still managed to carry it well. I mean, you got to give him credit. The guy had a face like a clenched fist. But I don't believe.
Talking about George C. Scott?
Yeah, George C. Scott. I mean, he did. He but yet, how many times do you think that man slept by himself if that was not his choice? I mean,
well, there was a story going around. I think it was the guys. I don't know if it was for an anime murder or as for one of his auditions that he was doing. And it could have been for The Hustler.
Yes,
but they had guys coming in and doing the auditions. Okay?
Yes.
And so the guy says, "Who's next?" Well, somebody's out there. So they go outside, and there's George C. Scott sleeping on a couch.
Right.
And they looked at him. They looked at him, and they cast him based on the fact how he had magnetism even while he was sleeping.
And in a movie filled with, how did Piper Laurie manage to pull her role off, given that she's between George C. Scott, Paul Newman, and Jackie Gleason, which brings me to my next question. Comedic actors in very dramatic roles. You'd have to give that. Would you call Gleason a dramatic actor or a comedic actor? Because it's definitely a very straightforward role. Yeah. And Jackie Gleason nails it. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's not for laughs.
No, it wasn't for laughs. He was very intimidating. So he's obviously been in the situation before. So
you got to wonder how many other comedic actors can we think of who are really able to do? Would you consider Tom Hanks, because he did sort of transition, from being light comedy?
He was in a sitcom called Bosom Buddies in his first film.
Yes, which would never make it on TV today.
Right.
No.
And his first movie was called The Bachelor Party.
Yes.
You know, so and you know where that one's going, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't hard to figure the plot out in that one.
Yeah. And then there's Splash came after that, I think. So
yeah,
but, that was a romantic type role, more than serious, I guess.
And that kind of sent him on that pathway where he started it up. So
you know,
you gotta say Robin Williams.
You know, World According to Garp, which is one of the more unsettling films because he's very funny in that role, and it's a very serious movie at heart. You know, I mean, it's not a real happy film.
No.
But yet, he's light, he's charming, he's funny, he's entertaining.
Well, I was thinking about Awakenings.
Yes.
And I was thinking about the one with
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. Yep. Yeah. Again, where he's able to sort of do a little bit of both. You know,
are we ever going to see the Jerry Lewis film that was supposed to be so
Oh
serious?
my God, The Day the Clown Cried. Jerry has said no. No one will ever see that movie.
Jerry is dead. Jerry is dead.
And apparently the movie does exist in the form of, because Jerry Lewis was an innovator in that he started videotaping alongside the camera, because that way he could see instantly a playback as opposed to waiting for the daily rushes. And he innovated that. Jerry Lewis was a smart filmmaker, horrifying human being. I mean, you know, we're you know, the day that were I in the same room with him, it had been The Day the Clown Cried, because he was getting clubbed with a baseball bat till he couldn't move anymore. Kind of a wordy title. I'm not sure if you'd be able to get it all on the. But at any rate, he and Peter Sellers were both just horrifying human beings. But yeah, I mean, that is a movie that he says, listen, I was basically blasted out of my mind. He was taking, I think, like Percocets or Seconal or one of those lovely drugs for his back, and taking a lot of them on a regular and daily, hourly basis. And he's like, no one's ever. It's locked in a vault. It will never see the light of day. Apparently, some people have seen the videotape cut. And they're like, wow, that was an hour and a half I wished I could have back. Yeah. So, but the people who've allegedly seen it number less than what you can have fingers on a hand. So there you go. No, probably no one's going to see that movie. I'm trying to think of other movies that might have been released that maybe someone later on kind of looked at and went, oh. I mean, we all are familiar with what Jaws 4 with Michael Caine, where they were asking him why Jaws 4. And it's like, look, I didn't know about VCRs. No one knew.
A bad movie usually never got picked up. They never rented them. So
yeah, you know, I mean, I figured I'd get paid a few weeks in Bermuda. How bad could it be? And then sadly,
he also did. Didn't he also do the one about the middle-aged guys and the teenage girls? Something, Blame It on Rio, or
Blame It on Rio.
Yeah.
Blame It on Rio.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's actually quite a, you know, if you ever listen to or read the original Fahrenheit 451, the character of Clarice, you know, identifies as being 16, and then she says she's not quite 16, implying that she's 15 when Montag is becoming quite friendly with her.
That's Bradbury's 451.
Yeah, that was great. But you know, he wrote most of that book late 40s, early 50s. Starts as a short story. He gets a little bit of extra money. He originally types it out on a rent by the hour, pay by the sheet typewriter. It's like a nickel for an hour in the library of UCLA. Because the man just didn't have money, but he did after that. He did after Martian Chronicles. You know, he finally managed to make some money. If you ever feel bad about your life and need something to kind of perk you up, go on YouTube and watch almost any Ray Bradbury speech. They are amazingly uplifting, and he was really quite an interesting gentleman and a hell of a writer. Just saying,
all right, we're half into the show now. We're half past you. Let's go to passings. We'll just sort of remember the people that have gone in the past week, if I can find the list I created here. Victor Willis.
Victor Willis.
Ring a bell with anybody?
No.
Gordon Willis would, but
no. Victor Willis was the lead singer and the character of the cop in The Village People, one of the founders.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Macho Man. Yes.
Yes, he passed away.
Oh dear.
Wow.
He passed away.
I'm sure Donald Trump is very sad about that. So.
Yeah, and would he say anything about it this weekend at all? All the musical acts that he's bringing to the stage, and I mean,
did you hear what he did with soccer?
He's danced with them before. Yeah, wow.
You know what he did with soccer?
Yeah, he's trying to get a penalty appealed.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mess around in soccer for, man? It's just watch the game,
Well, the one that we've already kind of discussed him, and I'm not sure that he's gone yet, but of course, my choice was, of course, Mitch McConnell, who his body, there could be some sort of a Dick Cheney like heartbeat, while they're keeping him alive in a lair with a rows of machines and some sort of a thing going blip in the background like you would have had on an episode of Medical Center from 1971. But
right.
I think Mitch has left the room. I think
I think they took his head and put it into a jar, keeping that alive. He's right next to Disney. That's what he is.
Well, I keep hoping, like I say, Hillary Clinton shows up and
interesting how we're in the passings portion of our show. We bring up Mitch McConnell, and so far he has not passed. So,
yeah. Well, okay, I get a demerit, but Who
else has passed? I haven't seen any actors that have passed.
Tony Brown passed.
Oh,
Tony Brown's Journal on PBS. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see who else we got here. You probably may not know him, but he was a pretty big deal. Harold Wheeler. He was the musical director and choreographer on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's a big deal to fans of that show, I guess. I wasn't a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not still a big fan because the show is still on. So,
and rest assured, I will not be in it. Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, for instance, another thing that I know that I will not be. Well, I don't know. I've offered to participate. They end Pride Month out in Los Angeles with a naked bicycle ride. I'm not making this up. And, wow. and I have thought that one way to put an end to that would be to fly me out there with the threat that I would be participating in the naked bicycle ride. That would bring it to a shuddering halt, I'd like to think. Sadly, at the gym, they have mirrors. And
now here's some that may have been before last week's show. Hey, Sonny Rollins,
yes,
jazz impresario Sonny Rollins passed away.
98, 99?
Oh yeah, he was old. He was like 96, I think.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch, the NASCAR driver.
Yes.
Who I think was leading in the standings. I mean, he would have won this year too. I mean, he was an active driver. Ted Turner.
Thank God. Yeah. I mean, yes.
Ted.
Well, I used to love what In Living Color would do with him. What's his name? Jim Carrey would portray him in something of a less than flattering light, which was fine with me. So yeah, not my favorite dude, but mainly for what he did with the black and white films that he chose to colorize.
Yeah,
that just looked horrible. But yeah, what do I know? I mean, I'm not a multi-billionaire, am I? So just a talking head in front of a big atomic bomb.
Yes,
sort of described it all. And yeah, I mean, we're in the summer doldrums, guys. I don't know if it's the doldrum, but we're in the middle of the summer.
Michael Byrne, British actor, probably best known here in the States as being the actor who played Nazi Colonel Vogel in Indiana Jones movies.
Oh,
right.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember him.
I think that's it. I think we're out of celebrity pen. Oh, wait a minute. If you're a sports fan, I have some. Oh, wait a minute. Joby Baker. No, he wasn't a big enough star. Never mind.
No.
He was in 3 Gidget movies, but that was it for his stardom. So he had it. He had his chance in the 60s and he blew it. What can I say?
Well, you know.
3 Gidget movies.
And sadly,
Leroy-
Charo remains alive.
Really?
Yeah, she's still with us.
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, you know. Mel Brooks is still alive.
Oh,
Absolutely. Saw a bunch of great clips of him. He is working right now on Spaceballs 2.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
well, I would like.
What's his name? Josh Gad is working with him on something. Yeah. So he happened to reveal that in his post.
My understanding that Young Frankenstein was mainly Gene.
Oh, Anne Blythe died. The actress?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Let me give you what she was in here. Hold on. Makes me open up a whole new window here. Anne Blythe. She was 98 years old. Holy crap.
Dear.
Wow.
Anne Blythe. She was nominated for an Academy Award for her performance in Mildred Place as the scheming daughter of Joan Crawford's character.
Love it.
How come I can't scroll this thing here? Read the full obituary. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And by the way,
yeah.
I say, Andy, check your phone. I have sent to you the lyrics for this week's tome.
Oh.
And I just want you to. I did a little bit of editing, not much, just a little.
Blythe is being remembered as one of the last stars of the golden age of Hollywood, whose other films included Our Very Own, The Great Caruso, and Mr. Peabody and the Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Peabody and the Mermaid?
Yeah, they had
was that a Wally Cox movie?
It was William Powell. I think William Powell played the old man and she was the mermaid.
Oh, okay. All right.
And wasn't William Powell in he played the detective.
All right.
What is it called? The detective series they had in the 30s. It was
I think Susan had this in her poem last week, but we didn't talk about it. But David Clayton Thomas passed away.
Yes. Blood, sweat, and tears.
And because of that, there's one child born in this world to carry on.
To carry on. Carry on.
That's right.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not sure if there's no heaven, and I bet he prays there isn't no hell. Not to step on Andy's territory here, because I don't want to do that.
Always. And all he asks of dying is to go naturally. Yeah, he wants to go naturally.
Just go naturally. Yeah, it's just,
Oh, naturally.
It might have been funnier if James Mason
swear
was
he swore there was no heaven, but he prayed there was no hell.
There ain't no hell. That's right.
It's crazy. It's crazy cold way down there. We're doing Andy's job here. We're doing the lyrics.
There
we go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, I found the lyrics.
Okay, good.
Sounds
good.
Let
me know when you're ready, and I'll do the intro if Mark will.
Oh, we're doing it now.
Well, whatever. If you're ready.
Okay, all right.
Mark, do you mind if I do the intro here on this?
I have no problem on that.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, what has become a weekly tradition, something we've all looked forward to all week long. Our sense of wonderment is about to be fulfilled because we're going to take an old classic from the past and we're going to allow Andrew Jensen with his symphony of voices breathe new life into a favored tome. Reaching back to the late 70s, early 1980s, to the New Wave movement, once again, Andy will be plumbing the oeuvre of the B-52s and their classic Rock Lobster. Mr. Jensen.
we we were at a party. His earlobes fell in the deep. Someone reached in and grabbed it. It was a rock lobster. It was a rock lobster. I don't know. We were at a beach. Everybody had matching towels. Matching towels. Somebody went under the dock. And then we saw a rock. It wasn't a rock. It was a rock lobster.
Yes, absolutely.
Melt. I don't know how to say this. Toy boat. I don't know. Mentioned in the ocean, his air hose broke. Lots of trouble. Lots of bubble. He was in a jam. He's in a giant clam. Rock lobster. Down. Underneath the waves. Mermaids waving. Huh. Waving seas, fans, seahorses sailing, dolphins wailing. Rock lobster. Red snapper snapping, clamshells clapping, muscles flexing, flippers flipping. Rock lobster. Rock lobster. Oh, okay. That's it.
I'm going to need a moment to recover. Once again, you've brought nuance to
rock lobster.
Well, I hope the Marlon Brando worked. That was this.
I liked it. I liked it.
I liked it. Yeah, absolutely.
No. I'm running out of voices, as you can tell.
You do whatever you like. You do it as Andy if you want. I mean, I was thinking also Shatner could have pulled that one off.
Shatner could have pulled that one off.
He could.
Shatner.
It has the same sort of staccato, the same sort of meter.
All right. I think next I'm going to work on trying to get getting my Christopher Walken up to shots. We'll use Christopher Walken or Michael Caine. We can get Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. If you do Michael Caine, then I'm going to send you Blue Oyster Cult's Joan Crawford Has Risen from the Grave. Because again, that's I think a wonderful tome to be interpreted by Michael Caine. Nothing like some Blue Oyster Cult. Okay, if it was Godzilla, I think Jimmy Stewart could do Godzilla.
Godzilla,
yeah, absolutely.
Godzilla,
Godzilla, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we could do that. All right.
My God, didn't we have fun in the 70s? I don't know how many of you guys got to go to these big dumb rock concerts, but boy, it was a good time.
Well, I only went to 3.
Mark got to host the Monkees. I mean, come on, So I mean, right there, I got to stand right out there and intro.
Hello, Ann.
The Monkees.
That was a perfect.
Good.
That was
good. I know I haven't talked to you in a while. How's it going?
That was really the perfect show for me to do.
Oh, I bet. Because
it was parents and their kids, grandparents and their grandkids. It was just perfect for the type of material I was doing.
Well, the thing about the Monkees is they had some of the best writers in the business writing songs for them.
Sure.
I mean, there was a lot
two of them were Neil Diamond.
Yes, and you had Goffin and Carole King.
Yep.
Pleasant Valley Sundays, Goffin and Carole King. I mean, which is a tremendous song. To this day, if you ever listened, there's a show on satellite radio where they play all kinds of great Little Steven's Underground Garage, Little Steven of the Bruce Springsteen band, and Steven Van Zandt of The Sopranos and whatnot, and essentially he's just sort of in the entire context of what makes American rock music. So they pull from about a 45, 50 year long window, and you get a lot of the Monkees, and now here we are all these years later, and the whole controversy about this thing is all gone, and now you're just listening to really, really great song. Daydream Believer is an amazing song, and it's written by a guy who was a former member of the New Christy Minstrels. It's only a couple of verses, but I think it really captures, what it is to be young. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's need.
That's right. What it was to be like. Oh, Andy's back. We can let turn. Just a second, Andy. We'll get you back there.
Sorry about that. I had a call. I had to answer it. So
there you go.
It happens.
It happens. Anne Hathaway, no doubt, right?
Yeah.
But in the next movie.
Yeah, she's going to be in the Odyssey. She's in the Odyssey.
Odyssey 2.0.
No, actually, the movie The Odyssey that's coming up in July. That was done by
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
It looks pretty good.
I liked Oppenheimer, although I know he, like Scorsese, he can do anything he wants. So sometimes it's like, we need to edit this movie by 20, 25 minutes. Can be cut just, we're not talking about lopping the thing in half.
They talked about he shot everything in IMAX. And I guess IMAX is so big that they can only shoot in 3-minute slots.
Okay.
So now they actually set it up. He was saying that IMAX is very noisy. It's like a 300-pound camera, but it's very noisy.
Yeah.
And so he asked somebody to figure out a way to silence the sound.
Yes.
So they can do intimate scenes. And
they can do live sound with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So now they got the IMAX filming with the sound, so they can do intimate scenes now, and that's the first time he's been able to do it. And he's going to do it in the Odyssey.
I see.
So it's
I'm doing a remake of Dune in the backyard with homeless people who are being used against their will.
With your phone?
Yeah. We'll see how that works out. Phone? Exactly.
You basically say, "I'll give you $1 if you just do this line." Okay.
Apparently, you were at the casting. Yes, that's exactly that's precisely the approach that I'm using while we're redoing, Dune.
When I looked at the $1, it was your face on the back of a greenback. Okay.
Let's not get into details online, Andy. I think we need to leave some mystery.
Sure.
And let's I mean, it's just listen. I'm an artist. Okay, I'm a freaking artist, and I'm just trying to create something. Okay, I don't need you to come in here, defecate all over it, just because I'm in the back exploiting homeless people with paper mache money. Okay.
Okay.
Like, does that make me the bad guy? What, am I the villain now? Is that what you want?
Are you happy?
Are you happy?
Are you happy now?
Are you happy now?
Are you happy?
Are you happy? All right. Hey, does anyone know if Ned's open mic is running this Friday? Getting back to comedy.
The Friday's date would be the 10th, I think.
I think.
Oh God, so hard to find this stuff.
I know. We got to push buttons and look up on phones and.
All right, I do. Did you guys see the New York festival for the July 4th?
No.
I'm going to say that they had the best July 4th celebration because they had the tall ships come into the area, and it's like all morning the tall ships were coming in, and then they had flyovers from all the different types of military crafts.
There you go.
And then they had the fireworks at night that the DC had to cancel because it was too hot, and also rain was coming through. So I think of all the cities, that was the one that won the best July 4th celebration.
Mark, you were saying.
Got another passing for you.
Oh dear. Oh no.
Johnny Ginger.
Oh
God.
That's
wow.
a long. I thought he was dead already.
Well, his career's been dead for years. I mean,
yeah, he was 92. He had moved back to Toledo, where he was from originally.
Right.
And I worked with him. I think it was 2004, so 22 years ago. I worked with him.
Wow. It's been a while. Is what's his name? Is Mike Binder? I know his career is also dead. But
no,
but it's
he is.
Was he out in Vegas?
No, he went into filmmaking. He works at the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store at least once a week. He's at the Improv. He was at the Improv last week. I mean, he still works the clubs he worked. Still working the clubs he worked when he was coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, he's, my criticism of his act, if I want to be critical, I like Mike a lot, but he does have some really good jokes that take way too long to get to the punchline. It's sort of like, but the payoff's going to be good, and I guess the payoff is good if it's one guy telling one joke at lunch during break when you got that.
Yeah.
But if you're watching a full set of this, it can be a little bit
a little much
harrowing.
Well, I remember him from the early 1980s when he was sort of like making big waves, and eventually they had that one movie about them smuggling drugs over the border.
The bridge.
Yeah, that would be it.
I've always liked him. He's always been very kind to me. So I don't mean his criticism of his. I mean, he's writing great jokes.
Yeah,
and I think if I see them, when we're talking about sets at 5 and 10 minute stand-up comedy showcase clubs, that's different than seeing a guy do his full headline set. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I guess I could say that for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I don't really like watching them work on their stuff. I want to see their finished product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things that really bugged me about the Unclub was just, there's so many people that, you didn't want to put on, but you kind of had to put on because they didn't do anything to deserve not being put on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they'd done some work to improve what they had done before.
Yeah. If it looks like they've done that, yeah, sure. I love that stuff. But
yeah. Plus, you also brought in some of those professional a couple comedians who are pros who stopped by and graced us with their presence. The one, I forget her name, but she was the one who was married to the Arab dude and was talking about
Satori Shakur.
Yes, the difference in culture and.
Oh no, you're thinking of. Oh, I know who you're talking about. She was the. I can't think of her name now.
No, neither can I. And I just remember being able to sit. I
can see her face. I can't think of her name now.
But I know who you're talking about. To see her like from here to there, just 3 feet away, and just really get a good chance to look at. This is how a pro comedian works. The same thing. When you had Norm in there, or Barry came in and did his whole thing, and that was just a wonderful chance.
And I thought that was very kind of him to take up so much time for comics questions.
Yes.
I said to him after I looked out there and before I went on and did my set because I opened for him. I said, "Do you mind staying afterwards and taking questions?" Because mostly comics out there that would like to get a lot of information. He goes, "I have no problem with that at all."
Yeah.
He goes, as long as you run out and get me beer.
Well,
give me some beer.
He had a price, but it was a price easy to meet.
Easy to meet.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine. He's since passed away, who was a professional actor for many years, and apparently he was out there and he encountered some people who had they'd worked with Raymond Burr sometime after the whole Ironsides thing, and they reported that Mr. Burr had an interesting when he was playing their little theater, he requested some white wine and a young boy, and they're like, "Oh, really? Well, we can get you the wine, Mr. Burr. the rest of it."
Well, as Johnny Carson said, he was the worst interview he ever had.
Oh, I can
Raymond
imagine.
Burr?
Yeah.
Raymond Burr, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's another one of those who had a wife that passed away just before his career started and was never able to find the right woman after that. You know,
he did a lot of exhaling, like without opening his mouth. You know what I mean?
Him and Brian Keith. Brian Keith and him.
Yeah. Brian Keith was another one where they just kind of like they'd stop and all of a sudden you'd see a lot of exasperated exhaling from those guys.
Yeah, there you go. You know.
But Brian Keith incorporated the face rubbing to such an extent.
Yes, the face rub, exactly.
Who was the late 50s, early 60s guy with he was like the millionaire detective with the car phone, which of course was a huge deal back then. You know, he drove like a Rolls Royce with a car phone.
Banachek?
Was that Gene Barry? Was that
Gene Barry did something like that. But Papard did something called Banachek, which is very.
I remember, but that was like the 70s. And
Banachek was on the NBC mystery movie. He was in rotation with Columbo.
Yeah,
and Richard Widmark. Richard Widmark had a character.
Yeah,
and McLeod was one of those shows.
Yeah.
And also
Rock Hudson
and Susan James.
Yeah.
That's when Rock was dead butch. Absolutely. Couldn't possibly. Oh, my God, no.
I didn't watch for Rock. I watched for St. James. She was always so cute.
Well, you know. Yeah.
She died. She died too young also.
Well, Sam Kinison sort of memorialized him that he was ahead of the game. It was that last one. It was that last little fling. And I was ahead of the game. Now look at me. You know, I was explaining to a friend of mine that Liberace sued in English courts a London tabloid that had inferred that he was a homosexual. He sued for slander and won. Yeah, he took him to court and won in England. That's.
I'm sure what really rubbed them the wrong way is when he walked out of the court and said, "Take that, bitches."
That's right. Yeah, you know, I'm
you
dead
can you can just kiss my flabby middle-aged ass as I walk out that door.
Well, let's not forget his autobiography was titled "Too Much of a Good Thing is Wonderful."
Of course it is.
Yes, of course it is. Not. We didn't know he was referring to pool boys, but whatever. Yeah.
All right, we got a couple minutes left here.
By the way, that was 8:55 when I steered us into that. So there you go. That's
my Brian Keith impression. Yeah, exactly. It was the hand and it was the face and the hand that got us to that.
Yes, we segued from Brian Keith.
Another segment I wanted to try to make a regular was milestones, and I think the big milestone this week was 250 years as a country.
Yeah. There you go.
I was pretty excited where I was at this week out on the park, and giving boat rides to people from all different kind of ethnicities. It was kind of a delight to see how many people really.
Were you out there Friday?
Friday, I was. Hold on.
Andy and I are plotting to come out there together sometime.
Hold on.
And be guests on your tour.
I was there Friday. I was there Friday and Saturday, but not Sunday.
Got it.
And I was there today. This week, I'm there every other day. So I won't be there tomorrow. I will be there Wednesday. I won't be there Thursday. I will be there Friday. I won't be there Saturday. I will be there Sunday.
All right.
Sunday, I'm playing the Detroit Princess.
Ooh.
What's that? Oh, the boat. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a paddle boat or something? Or
so how much time do you do?
What's that?
How much time do you do in the Princess?
I don't know. It's not a paid gig. It's just for a friend.
Oh,
but it's still I get to gig there.
Oh,
hey,
cool.
You know, I
All right, how much time we got? Oh, we got 24 seconds here. I'm going to put the music on here. Hold on just a second.
Say for me. Yeah.
Da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, that's been an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please, somebody, you want to do this show? You want to do anything at all? We're gonna start taking this seriously. This is a fun thing to do for us, but it would be nice if we could commercialize it a little bit more.
Yep.
So
you gotta get Mark a camera.
It's three old dudes talking, and we think we're pretty funny, and we probably are to a certain market. We got to reach those people down. So that's what we're going to be working on. Anyway, Andy, what are you showing us here?
I was saying I used to have moles here, now I don't.
Oh.
I actually went to a dermatologist.
Would have been something to bring up to the beginning of the show, not at the end of it. Now we're going to have to wait till next week.
I just thought of it now. I can't bring up the stuff. I just thought of it now. So.
Oh, okay. All right. That's another thing. Maybe we should take notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be comics if we took notes. Come on.
No.
Well, you don't have any napkins around. You have no napkins and there's no pencils. You know, come on.
Come on, let Mark wrap this up. Come on.
I got a writing pad. I write all the time during the show.
Okay.
That's how I keep track, is by writing stuff. You know.
There you go.
But I can only work on napkins and pens. Okay.
Oh, I get you. I get it. Oh, that makes not. You know what? You make complete sense. But it's time for me to go work on automobiles right now. So.
Oh dear.
Let everybody go. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be here next Monday at 8:00. What's next Monday? Would be the 13th or something like that. Yeah, that's not right. 13th. So we'll see you on the 13th. Have a happy off night. Have a happy on night. Have a happy day. Happy day. Happy day. We'll get to the milestones and the conspiracy theories and the song lyrics and all the fun things we do again next week. Talk to you later, everybody.
There you are. And once again, Andy, thank you for your interpretation.